Okay, it's 7:36 and I've had some bad experiences, some of which are so bad I'm not able to talk about them. Let's use watching Tom Shepherd, Pedro in the UK, Simon, John, Matt C. I have played 3 games, won the first one, really nice game, lost the second one through a ridiculous blunder, and lost the third one as a consequence of some quite interesting chess. So let's see who we've got here. Matt C. Okay, Matt C is a good player. Let's see what we're going to do against Matt C. We're going to play the St. George defence. I'm in a silly mood. I'm a silly person in a silly mood. He's playing it the way Karpov played it. Defended with the knight. Now this doesn't work because of b4. So here we can take. I mean, he has got this move. Okay, so now we've won an e-pawn. And we're going to swap the bishops. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to just play solidly and sensibly. We're going to defend that advanced b-pawn, which we're going to swap off. We are going to pin the knight. I mean, frankly, I don't think that's a very good move, but I'm doing it anyway. We're going to pin the knight. We haven't got much time. He's attacking my queen. Should we put a knight in the way? He hasn't got an e-pawn that can attack the knight while it's pinned to the queen. At some point, I want to play knight c6, defending my bishop. I think he might play this, which is a good move, right? And I think then we have to play this. And there may be some general exchanges on f6, and then I might castle. I'm not losing this pawn. I'm going to try hang on to this extra pawn and just win the pawn endgame. Right now, I just need security. And I'm quite amused having played the St. George. I like the St. George, although it's probably not the very best of openings. So knight here is an interesting move because this is a good square, isn't it? So knight here, kick. So really maybe a3. So what could happen here is takes. Very likely. Yeah. And then what I kind of want to do is this. Knight here. I'd love to fork a queen and rook at some point, but I think more likely than that. Is that attacking anything? Can I attack anything? It's attacking the pawn. Knight comes back to defend. I wish that f-pawn wasn't there, then I could fork the queen and the rook. Okay, I'm going to castle now, and I'm just going to start swapping off pieces. Another thing we can try and do. Oh, this is annoying me. I can't castle. I suppose I can play. Look, if I push here, check, it's a fork. Can move the king to there, checkmate. Not good. So I think what we're going to do is pull the queen back to allow me to castle. And then white's going to play something else. I'm going to play something else. I'm going to deliver my extra pawn before we all run out of time. Okay, fine. Castle. Now I feel, maybe just c6, just to stop all this nonsense with my pawn. Although I quite like my pawn structure, but there's no d6. How do I get rid of? I assume that Matt is conjuring up some form of kingside attack. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to play c6 and we're going to create a backward pawn and we're not going to be sad about it. And we're going to say there's no real attack at the moment. I'm planning to go here, hit the rook, here, get the knight off. Maybe here. I'd like to get the queens off. Yeah, you can get the queens off now, actually, because, well, I go there, he takes, I take, he takes. I attack his... He's stopped it. Okay, we'll do this instead then. This knight is going to go on tour. The rook's got to move, so there's no check anyway. I mean, this is, well, I suppose what you'd say is I had a nice knight, but he has a nice knight too. And exchanges are just beneficial to me. So his knight's probably going to move away, although he may just swap it. Yeah, okay, he swapped it. Now, I think what I'd like to do is put my rooks on the open file, put some pressure on that pawn, try not to lose, maybe put my queen here. That's nice, isn't it? Queen there is nice. Nice and centralised. Yeah, I think we're going to centralise the queen. Because it's just nice there. Look, he's doing things, but I'm centralising my queen. He'll probably play rook here, look, to stop me. Huh! Well, no he hasn't. Okay, we do this. Because the queen's good there. Now, he's taken it off. What does that mean for me? Which pawn do I take with? Okay, I'm going to take this way, and I'm going to assume I've got pressure on the queen's side. If I just swap... I can't swap everything off, can I? Because he'll probably have a passed pawn on the... Okay, so I'm going to centralise my king, defend my pawn with my king, put my pawn here, put my king here. So he goes there, I go there, and then later on I go here. So I don't think he wants to do that. Maybe also there's ideas of rook on this. The rook's not very good there, really. Alright, fine, do that. Centralise the king. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, what I'm gonna do then is start rolling the pawns. I assume there's a check here. Pawns are rolling. So I'm a pawn up, but he does have an outside pawn, which I think is quite useful. Maybe what I do is put my rook here and sort of assume that we're playing a king and pawn endgame. So, because his rook will be tied up defending the pawn. Is he going to take? Well, he hasn't taken, look. He's defended. Well, we can do this, look. F4, F6. Yeah. Takes, everybody takes. Takes. I've got these two central pawns I think will do the business for me. Yeah. Okay, so this isn't the end of days for white, but it's pretty hard. Some people would call this the end of days. It's pretty hard for white to cope with because connected pass pawns with the king behind, they're just so luscious. Now, goodbye, Mr. Rook. You know, we're just going to push maybe this. Attack. He'll put his rook behind. I go here so he can't push. And then are we sort of playing a pawn endgame? King and pawn endgame? No, we're not. Okay, but that's free. So I think this is now quite hard for white because of this sort of business. Because the checks will come from behind. And my king gets to here. And then it's very unpleasant. This. I'm threatening the push. Yeah, okay, but my king's going to get to here. And his king can't cross my rook. Yep. Maybe his king runs to here. Okay, yeah, thank you. Checkmate. Good game. Thank you very much, Matt. I enjoyed that.